I was 21 years old, living alone, and working the produce section at a grocery store. I had no idea what I was doing with my life. Diane did. Chapter 1. The Store. I took the job because it paid well, and the hours worked around everything else I was trying to figure out. Produce section. Mornings mostly. Receiving deliveries, checking inventory, stocking shelves, hauling crates in the back warehouse. Hard work. The kind that leaves you tired in a good way. The store had maybe 40 employees on any given shift, a mix of college kids, retirees, and people who'd been there long enough that the place felt like a second home. Diane was one of the long timers. Mid 50s, section supervisor, the kind of woman who'd been pretty her whole life and had transitioned into something harder to describe. Not pretty exactly, but compelling, put together, the kind of face that made you look twice and then feel like you'd been caught looking. She noticed me on my first day.
New guy. What's your name?
Marcus,
How old are you, Marcus?
21.
21. She said it like she was turning it over. You look younger.
I get that a lot.
Is that a problem?
Never has been. She smiled at that.
I'm Diane. If you don't know something, ask me. Not the other supervisors. They'll give you wrong information and blame you for it later. Ask me.
Got it.
And if something's too heavy, say so. You're not being paid enough to throw out your back.
Noted.
Good. Welcome to Produce.
Chapter 2. The Break Room. 2 weeks in, she pulled me aside during a shift.
Break room. 5 minutes.
I followed her to the staff area behind the loading dock. Plastic chairs, a vending machine, a coffee maker that had seen better decades. She handed me a paper cup of vending machine coffee and sat across from me.
You're working too hard.
That's usually a good thing.
Not when you're burning yourself out by noon. Pace yourself. You're not getting paid overtime.
I just want to make a good impression.
You already have. She looked at me over her cup. Where are you from?
About 40 minutes north. I moved down here on my own. Cheaper rent.
Living alone?
Yeah,
That's expensive at 21.
it is. Hence the job.
Are you in school?
Not right now. Thinking about it. Trying to save first. She nodded slowly.
Smart. A pause. Do you eat properly? Living alone, boys your age usually survive on ramen and energy drinks.
I do okay.
You don't have to lie to me, Marcus. She stood up. Finish your coffee. I'll cover your section for 10 more minutes.
She did. Chapter 3. The Attention. After that, it became a pattern. She'd pull me off the heavy rotations when she could, cover for me during slow moments, make sure I got a full break instead of the 15 minutes most supervisors enforced. The other part-timers noticed.
Don't pay attention to them, she told me once, quietly, when she caught me looking at 2 coworkers whispering. People always have opinions about things that aren't their business.
They think you're playing favorites.
I am playing favorites. You work hard and you don't complain. That earns something. She handed me a container. Side dishes from last night. My husband and I made too much. Take it home.
Diane,
Don't argue. You said you eat okay. Prove it by actually eating.
I took the container home. It was the best meal I'd had in weeks. She started doing it regularly. Side dishes, leftovers, sometimes a bag of groceries left in my locker with no note. I'd thank her and she'd wave it off like it was nothing. I started paying attention to her differently after that. Not just as a supervisor, as a woman. She was meticulous about her appearance, even in a grocery store uniform. Hair always right, always smelling faintly of something expensive. The way she moved through the store had a specific quality to it, like she'd been comfortable in her own body for a long time. I started going out of my way to be nearby when she was working.
You're hovering, Marcus.
I'm stocking.
You stocked that shelf 20 minutes ago.
Thorough job. She looked at me for a moment. Then she smiled and went back to her clipboard. Chapter 4. The Cafeteria. The store had a cafeteria for staff. One evening I came late. End of a long shift. Missed the main lunch window. I was eating alone when Diane came in and sat across from me without asking. We were the only ones at the tables. 3 women cooking in the kitchen, backs to us. We talked like we always did. Easy, comfortable, the kind of conversation that doesn't require effort. Then I felt something under the table. Her foot against my leg. Not accidental. Slow, deliberate. I looked up. She was looking directly at me, expression completely calm, like nothing was happening.
You were saying something about your lease?
Yeah, it's up in 4 months.
Thinking about moving?
Maybe. Depends.
On what?
On how things go. Her foot pressed slightly.
Things seem to be going well from where I'm sitting.
I didn't say anything to that. But I didn't move either. Chapter 5. The Dinner. Our department had a team dinner on a Thursday. Diane offered me a ride.
It's on my way. Don't argue.
In the car, she was in a different mood. Lighter, humming something under her breath, checking the mirror more than necessary.
My husband's traveling tonight. Business trip.
Oh.
I'm mentioning it because it means I don't have a curfew. She glanced at me. Drink whatever you want tonight. Don't be careful on my account.
At the dinner, she drank more than I'd ever seen her drink. Not messy, she didn't do messy, but present in a way she usually kept contained. Laughing more, touching my arm when she made a point. By the end of the night, everyone was scattered and drunk. We called a designated driver. Sitting in the back seat waiting, she leaned over and kissed me. Not hesitant, not testing, just did it.
Too much?
The driver's almost here.
That's not an answer.
No, I said. It's not too much. She leaned against my shoulder. The driver arrived. She gave my address. Chapter 6. That night. Inside my apartment, she kissed me again before her shoes were off.
Slow down, I said. Why?
Because I want to. She looked at me for a moment. Then she laughed, low, surprised.
You're interesting, Marcus. For 21.
I've been told.
Stop talking.
We didn't talk much after that. I won't pretend the night was anything other than what it was. She was experienced in a way that made everything feel deliberate, unhurried. Like she'd decided exactly what she wanted and had no interest in anything less. By the time it was over, I genuinely couldn't form a complete thought.
You okay? She asked, looking at the ceiling.
I don't know what I am. She laughed again.
Good answer. I have to work at 1 tomorrow, she said eventually.
Me too.
Then we should sleep.
Yeah.
Marcus,
Yeah.
this doesn't have to be complicated, only if we make it complicated.
Understood.
Good.
She stayed until morning. Chapter 7. After. We kept seeing each other for a while after that. Carefully. The store had too many eyes for anything obvious. She'd text me when her husband was traveling. I'd go to her place or she'd come to mine. She always brought something. Food, a bottle of wine. Once, a jacket she said she'd bought on impulse and it wasn't her husband's size.
You don't have to keep bringing things. I know I don't have to. I like to. She handed me the jacket. Try it on.
It fit perfectly. After about 2 months, I started feeling the edges of things. Not guilt exactly, more like awareness. That this had a shape, and the shape had limits. I gave notice at the store. Told Diane it was personal. I needed to focus on some things. She accepted it the way she accepted most things, without drama, with a kind of practical grace.
You're not going to disappear on me, are you?
No?
Okay. She kissed me once. Take care of yourself. Eat properly.
I will. I moved apartments a few months later. New number, new neighborhood. She never reached out after that. I think she understood that it had run its course the same way I did. Some things don't need an ending scene. They just end. Quietly. On good terms. I got better at a lot of things that year. Cooking, paying attention, understanding what women actually want versus what they say they want. Diane taught me most of it. I've thought about that a few times since. Not with regret, with something closer to gratitude. That's where this story ends. Thank you for listening. If this one stayed with you, subscribe, leave a like, and turn on notifications. See you in the next one.